Hi, Veronica. Hi, Evan. Good to see you guys again.
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well.
Yeah, how you guys feeling?
Okay.
Good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, that's my personal phone. It shouldn't be on. Sorry, that was very unprofessional of me.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
Happens
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, alright. So, this session's gonna be a bit different from last session. I know at our last session we talked about just the concerns you had for your daughter, you know, the complications you have with her, and how you guys are questioning your parenting, and overall just you're just looking for guidance. Mm-hmm. So for this session, it's a bit different. That was intake. This is going to be a treatment session. But before I start with that, Veronica, you said your daughter was abnormal. And just let's revisit that again. So what kind of things is she doing that's not normal of other peers her age?
I feel like she doesn't really show too much affection towards us or anybody else really.
Yeah, she's not really interacting well with the kids in her class. We'll have family or friends over that have small children. She won't interact with them. She doesn't really interact well with her grandparents.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to smile a lot. Like,
not really. Like, we'll watch like a funny movie, or I'll tell some jokes, or she doesn't laugh at all.
Oh,
or smile, or
yeah.
Yeah, that can be really confusing with what's going on. So with the treatment plan, what we're going to do is talk about pretty much what you're describing of what I think she has for a diagnosis. I do believe she shows lots of symptoms of reactive attachment disorder. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it is, I have a handout for you. So it gives a brief overview of what reactive attachment disorder is, and it's pretty much everything you've already described. So she doesn't have a healthy relationship, attachment relationship with parents or caregivers. She might, like you said, she doesn't come to you when she's in distress. She doesn't show expression. She just seems very emotionless, and it is hard even seeing her with other peers her age. She's not socially interacting or engaging with them. So the key component of RAD is, and you said she is adopted.
Yes.
So you don't know her past, I'm assuming. I don't either, but what I can say from this diagnosis is her environment when she was a child was very isolated, and just not much love. Her, with parents, obviously those key moments in those beginning stages of the months is just love and comfort through touch and affection, and you'll make facial expressions to them, like when they're in the crib, happy, sad, and they usually respond. But I'm assuming she didn't have that when she was born with whoever her caretaker or mother was.
Yep.
So what we're doing is we're just trying to find ways to get her to react emotionally and socially more healthy, and display emotions well with parents, and like you said, friends and your grandparents or her grandparents. So with that being said, do you have any questions?
I don't think
No.
so far.
Okay. So I hope that's some form of relief, because it's not your parenting, and it's not even her personality. It's strictly just her environment when she was a child. It is a form of trauma. So it's just something we have to gradually get her to come out of her shell. And we're just going to teach her new techniques and concepts of what love looks like, what affection and comfort is.
That's
so
a relief to know, because I know Evan was questioning if she liked us or not.
Yeah, it's good to kind of put a name to
definitely
what's going on, and know that it's not.
Yeah. So it's totally, you guys are good parents, and the fact that you're here right now, it just shows you really care. And and I think over time, especially because she's 3.5, so because you've seen it at such a young age, you are able to you know, mold her into a healthier person emotionally.
Okay.
So I think this is a really great start. So what I'm going to have you guys do, and just name out some things. I'm going to make a list of things you feel she doesn't do currently, but you'd like her to do at another point. For instance, I know you said showing comfort with you guys. Just explain what that means to you.
I guess like coming to us.
Like if she has any problems,
anything or
she's
any
hurt,
problems.
or even vice versa, if she just wants to just show affection, love, just,
having that communication.
Wants to take our hand when we're in a store, or even if she herself outstretches her hand for some hand holding, or dealing with getting along more or interacting more with the kids in our class.
And even we have friends that have kids
and family, like getting along with them more.
Now, when she is with them, I know this is just a side note, how is she reacting with them?
She mostly just plays on her own, like on the side, doesn't really like play together.
They'll be playing and she'll kind of be off. They'll be outside maybe kicking a ball around and she'll be on the sideline kind of just watching, not really getting
doing
involved.
Her own thing.
Even when the family member will try to include her, she'll kind of be standoffish.
Okay.
She doesn't take the initiative herself either.
Right.
To kind of.
So you just would like to see her, exactly, more interaction with kids and through play and just even talking, right? They should, talking more. Right. All right. So, with that being said, we can make, I think the main goal we're looking at is healthy interaction and engagement that she can show with you and with kids her age, etc. So we need to think of an objective in order to meet that goal. So let's say, for instance, healthy engagement through doing a task together. Do any of you like baking or cooking?
Yeah, Evan actually enjoys cooking and baking.
Nice. All right. So that would be a good idea to include her with that. You know, I know she's only 3.5, but there are some things she can do, like, you know, put the chocolate chips in, or watch you, you know, have her stir, lick the batter, just anything, and maybe set one day a week to do a baking activity. Let's say it's a Tuesday, so she knows the consistency that, you know, every week her and dad are going to do, you know, bake something. And, you know, she might not engage right away. She might just watch you, and that's okay. You know, maybe just have her watch you and then slowly introduce more things. And then maybe at one point she'll say, you know, hey, I'd like to stir. You know, so it's a good bonding way
doing more activities.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah.
That way she can get used to that. What's another part that you feel you'd like to work with her on?
Maybe playing with kids her age more.
Okay. So
interacting with them.
That's a good one. So you said you have some family members with kids and some friends. So I would also suggest to, I don't know what your schedule looks like, but even just once a week also, you know, have a friend, one of your friends over with their kid. Yeah. And slowly just encourage her to play. And even if you see her just watching, you know, maybe go over there and try to interact with her and the other child. So I think that's a good one too. So once a week, have like a play date or group. And then once a week, do a baking activity, baking or cooking. And I know another part, I'll do one more objective, but I know another thing you said that was a big concern was she doesn't come to you when she's distressed. Yeah, and that's troubling, especially as a parent. So what I would suggest with that is, you know, you are her parent, so I'm assuming you know when she is upset. I don't know how she displays it, but if you see her, something happen, let's say she breaks something or she loses a toy and you notice she's upset, you know, instead of her going to you, which probably is not happening, but you can go to her, rub her back, give her a hug, and just talk to her, just like any interaction is.
Yep.
Because I think her biggest thing is just to learn that when she's upset or have those feelings, to go to one of you. And that way, slowly, I think over time, again, she might not even react to a hug, but slowly she might, reach out for a hug or go to you asking, hey, Mom, something happened to my toy. So she's just forming those skills.
Okay.
So work on reaching out to parent through encouraging, affection through touch and just positive words too. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Okay, so that's good. Did you have any questions so far?
Yeah, should we maybe use a journal to keep track of this
Yes,
stuff?
that is very smart. I was not thinking at that, but that's a very good. I would definitely encourage you to keep a journal, write down, when she was upset and how she reacted when you went up to her.
Okay.
Or again, with the play date or how she was cooking, and slowly journal that, because who knows, maybe a year from now, I'm hoping if she makes progress, which I think she will. I have a lot of confidence in your situation that you can look back and be like, wow, she came such a long way. And I think that'll be more insightful for you guys, and to know you guys are not bad parents, or she doesn't have some kind of weird personality flaw. So I think it's just slowly learning. Great. So I'll also put that on my note too. We'll talk about your journals weekly, which brings me to my next area. So for future visits with us, I'm going to suggest that you come in every week, but without her for 1 week. So let's say today, for instance, you came just with you two. We talked about her. For the intake, I did meet her, so I got to see how she was reacting in person. But for next week, I want her to come in, and I'll maybe do play therapy with her. And we could do play therapy with baking. So we can pretend to bake, and with what you're doing at home, we'll see too in my office what progress she's making as well. Yeah, and then at the end for the last 15 minutes, we can do a recap. We can talk to you, talk to her, and just see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then the week after, great. Then the week after, we could have you come back in, and without her, and we can continue.
Okay.
With and any concerns you have too, like if you feel upset or discouraged, just feel free to let me know. Because I also am going to have you guys do some CBT techniques and some narrative family therapy. And what that is, the CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. I mean, I think you guys, there's nothing wrong with you guys. It's just with this kind of situation, you will feel discouraged. And I just want you guys to think, wow, I'm not a bad parent. And just always remember that you're not. And we can just talk about how your own feelings with parenting is. Okay. And then, so it'll be good. Yeah. You guys are great parents, though.
Oh, thank you.
You really are. Great. So I think we'll do this for 2 months, and then we'll see from the 2 months then just how things are going, because I might just meet with her once every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So, all right. And lastly, how is she with learning, like within classroom settings?
She seems pretty normal.
Yeah, I haven't heard any concerns from her teachers or anything.
That's a good topic to bring up too, just because I know it's, especially in classrooms, she's going to be going to kindergarten next year, so it's going to be a lot more, reading, writing, learning. So sometimes with children with RAD, they do become a little bit more behind with their learning, and it's not a disability, it's just a delay. Okay. Especially because their social aspect is delayed, it sometimes makes other things also delayed. So I just want to give you a heads up. I don't think it's any kind of functioning. And there's no learning disability, at least what I know of. I can't say that for sure, but just be aware that could happen.
Okay.
And do you guys know her current teacher? She's in preschool.
Yep.
So I would suggest just maybe talk to her.
Okay. Set up
And
like
give
a
her a
meeting, let her know what's going on. Okay.
How do you guys feel about that?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Should we include her maybe in our discussions with you? Like, see if we can us three can meet with her. Or
Yeah, we can
is
do
that a
that too.
possibility? Or
That would be a possibility if you ever want to meet at a school setting.
yeah,
We could have like a group meeting and just talk
That'd be
about
a
it
good
with
idea.
her.
So
Yeah.
we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I think that would be
That'd be
good.
very
And I
good
could
idea.
also make like any phone calls. If she ever needs to know anything. I mean, with your consent, obviously, with everything. But we can be in frequent contact. So I think it will
Sounds
work
good.
out. Great. So like I said, it's gonna feel like a lot of work right now, but I know it's gonna work out well, just because you guys are taking the right steps right now, and
It's good to
you
hear.
guys are very
It's
positive
kind of like
couple.
a weight lifted off a little bit.
I hear ya. Life gets you down. All right, so I'm just gonna recap your goals for that. I will be meeting with her next week and with you next week as well. So we'll figure out one day, have a play date or a small group with her.
Yep.
Encourage her to interact. One day to do some kind of baking or cooking activity, and also just if you see her in distress, to reach out and just report to me how that went.
Okay.
And how she reacted. And Evan said he was going to do some journal entries, which is a great idea. Definitely continue with that. And that should be it. A lot of times people with treatment plans, they have a psychiatrist, but because she's so young, I would definitely not recommend it. It's, nothing chemical related. It's more environmental. So
Okay.
I think right now it should be good. But if you ever
That's
see things
good.
in the future where she's still withdrawn, maybe we can talk more about that. But
Okay. Well, that's good for now.
all right. Well, I think we're all set. I will see you guys next week, and I will see your lovely daughter.
Yeah, we look forward
Awesome.
to
Yeah.
see you next week.
Great seeing you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yep.